My ex, she kind of went crazy a bit. Like maybe I drove her crazy. I'm gonna say she was somewhat physically abusive. I had like a stalker who was like watching all my videos. He was watching all my YouTube videos, and then he emailed my department at my school. So he sent like all my YouTube videos to my department at school, and he lied. Said, oh, this guy, he's bragging about how many girls he slept with, like all these women in his video are his SEX partners.
All right, what's going on, fam? I got my man Danny, Flight Madness, in the building.
What's going on, y'all?
What's good, bro? So let us know, man, why did you leave China?
All right, so for you guys who don't know, I lived in China for about 10 years, and I came to China as an English teacher. I had a friend there who was, teaching, and at the time I was in South Korea, and I told him, hey man, I'm gonna come over to China. I think it's a really big country. And I told him I was thinking about going to Shanghai. He was like, nah man, don't go to Shanghai, man. Everything's overpriced, you're gonna be working too hard. Come here to Sichuan province, man. I can get you a really relaxed university job, and you can have vacations, paid vacations. You can live a really good life. So I took his advice, I did that, and I was in China for 10 years, man. I was in China for 10 years, basically in my early 20s to my early 30s. So after being there for so long, man, I feel like I experienced a lot, and I wanted to experience a new country before, you get settled in, like you might get a girl pregnant or something like that. I want to like bounce around a bit, just in case I find another country that suits me more than China.
What was the main reason you left?
I do YouTube videos, right? And I had like a stalker who was like watching all my videos. He was watching all my YouTube videos, and then by the time I had left China, he emailed my department at my school. So he sent like all my YouTube videos to my department at school, and he lied. Like, doing YouTube is not a problem in China, but the fact is, like, he lied. He said, oh, this guy, he's bragging about how many girls he slept with, like all these women in his video are his SEX partners, that kind of thing. So it was kind of a hassle at my school. Like, they sent me a message like, hey Danny, man, this stalker, like this person sent everyone in the department your videos, and he said all this stuff, and it caused the school a big hassle. So at that time I still had my Chinese visa. I told them, they said, hey man, we got to end your visa because like the department is really heated about what's going on. And I'd already left China by that point, so it was fine. Just end my I already ended my work relationship with the school before that point. But it's like, you kind of, those kind of situations, it can cause you to get blacklisted, right? Like that kind of thing, it can happen to you while you're traveling. Maybe someone stalks you or someone doesn't like you, and they send videos and images about you. They kind of spread a false image about you that can end up getting blacklisted in China. So I'm still on decent relationships. I'm still in a decent relationship with my last school. Like, everything's cool, but the stalker guy, he's kind of that definitely was not good for my relationship with the department.
Now, was it like difficult? Because I thought you was like in a relationship. Was it difficult leaving China? With the girlfriend or something like that?
So I was in a relationship with a Chinese girl. For you guys who've been watching my channel for years, it was basically, we were together for 2.5 years, and I thought I was gonna be with her for longer than that, but things don't work out sometimes. And I think a lot of us guys, you start a relationship with, like the girl you start a relationship with, things are great in the beginning, then later on the relationship sours. And yeah, my ex, she kind of went crazy a bit. Like, maybe I drove her crazy. I'm gonna say she was somewhat physically abusive, and also, she made some threats to like call the police on your boy. So my ex-girlfriend kind of went wild, and
now was there a particular reason? Did she catch you out there, doing your thing, or?
I mean, we got into a spat during a trip to Japan, right? Like, I actually got a video of her crashing out. I was thinking about, should I release this video, man? Like, she's saying all kind of crazy stuff. Should I release this video and like go viral? I'm like, I'm thinking about it still. But we got into a pretty big argument, a relationship-ending argument during a trip to Japan. And yeah, during that time, there was a lot of behavior from her that was very unacceptable. And a lot of things were said that, you know, I'm not sure if I could repeat that publicly, but, you know, some things happened. And yeah, it was kind of an ugly end to the relationship. But I was already planning on leaving China by that time anyway. Like, I was planning on, you know, during the pandemic, I was planning on leaving China, looking for someplace else just to like try a new spot. But yeah, the fact that relationship ended, that was like more incentive for me to leave and go to a different place.
Would you say that China's getting like a little westernized? Because most people think that, you know, they go overseas, they're not gonna have to worry about a woman, you know, technically going crazy on them and dealing with what you would deal with in the West. Is it just maybe she just individually crazy, or that's kind of like the norm out there in China now? It's pretty much Western.
I mean, so my ex, she definitely had a, you know, the tendency towards craziness. It's like some people or some women, they're just more easier to go crazy than others. There's definitely some genetic aspect to that. But also, you can turn women crazy. Like, if you're like not running the relationship correctly, you're making mistakes, you know, you make promises that you don't keep, that can turn even a normal woman crazy. Like, all women have craziness deep inside of them. It's up to you whether it gets released or not. And yeah, so that's my opinion on that. Saying China's westernized, I'm like, you can find girls everywhere who like are down to date foreigners, they speak English, etc., etc. You can find that pretty much any spot you want. But in terms of China, you're gonna need more money to, like, you're not gonna have your American privilege in China really for the most part. Like, some of these other countries, you go there, you're American, you know, your dollar stretches. Like, in China, Chinese girl might not be impressed by your American passport because, you know, she probably has millionaires who are offering to marry her. If she's a beautiful woman, she almost certainly has gotten some marriage offers by the time she's 20.
You know what I noticed, man? I noticed that no matter where you go, if you're dating in a metropolitan area, you might want to abide by like the strict rules of under 30. Now, if she's from the countryside, you might can stretch that out. But just generally speaking, anywhere you go in the world where it's like a populace and women are kind of like working and dating casually when they want to without any type of oversight from maybe family or something like that, and I noticed that it's like, it's just a different, because even in Medellin, it's like, you know, she's 29, 30, something like that, 31, 32. It's like the same situation you would go, it might not be as intense as in the States, but it's like the same type of mentality to a certain degree. You're trying to combat all her previous relationships, and because she's in a metro area, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Versus if maybe she's in a country town where everybody knows each other, that kind of limits her to her access, right?
Yeah.
She's not going to date 2-3 guys in a row that they know each other. So I noticed that, man. I just noticed that, you know, you just got to still abide by the same rules to a certain degree, no matter where you at. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if he was like in a metro area or not, but you know.
Okay, so like the thing is, guys, we talk all this stuff about like women over 30, but the fact is, like, a lot of guys who come over here to these countries like Thailand, Colombia, wherever, you know, most guys are pretty happy. Like, if it's a hot chick, they're still happy to date her, even if she's over 30. So, yeah, like these women here, it's good to do like a background check. Like, you might want to find out why is she single and childless by the age of 30, because a lot of women over here, they want to get married and have kids around their mid-20s typically. So if a girl hasn't done that, you might want to do some investigating about why her relationships haven't really worked out to that point. But yeah, I mean, overall, like, you can find good women who, like, you know, by Western standards, like, oh, she's over 30, like, red flag. Over here, you know, do some investigating, but like, you generally have a wider range of women, and they have a good heart generally. Like, you know, women over here are pretty nice and respectful, and I think that's because of the Buddhist culture, I think.
I agree, man. I definitely agree. Well, bro, appreciate you coming on, man.
Yep. See you guys.